It's 3:11. Today at 11 o'clock, I was in my office and the minute silence started. So I was standing at my window and looking out onto the Pacific Highway, and maybe to have my minute silence and just to contemplate. Maybe I shouldn't have, because all I could see were cars driving around. I saw people in the front of their buildings, including this one on Pacific Highway, 170 Pacific Highway in Greenwich, just smoking, leaning, chatting with their mates, staring at the ground, generally just looking as they do when they stand out the front of the building, and smoking. Thankfully, I didn't see any 2UE staff as part of that, but there were others, and plenty of them. They couldn't care less. It was a dim and depressing sight. There were plenty of cars that were going past. I don't want to be too rigid on this, but in Australia, on Remembrance Day, the 11th of the 11th, we really don't ask much. We don't ask a great deal. Just stand up and be silent for a minute. And yet the simplicity of this concept, for some reason, just seems to get lost on some people. Now have a look at this. Some reports coming out of Victoria that some of the schools there, look, maybe the same in this state, I'm not sure. Give me a call, 13 13 32, but these are reports coming out of Victoria. Some of the schools wanted to move, and successfully move, the 11 a.m. silence to another time. Why? Because it was interfering with other things going on at the school, including morning tea. So they wanted to move the 11 a.m. minute silence of remembrance and move it to 10:50. Just sort of get it out of the way because, 11 o'clock is morning tea time. There was word of one student who was going to stage a protest in his exam because the school wanted to move the time of the remembrance minute so that the exam could go ahead as is. So he was going to stage a protest. I'm not sure how it ended up, but I say this to him, good on him. What do you make of a school that can't even organise 1 minute silence? Would you send your child to a school if they can't even handle a minute's silence once a year? We're not even doing this every day. Unless you're a doctor performing heart surgery or a paramedic trying to cut somebody out of a car, I don't think it's a big ask to stop for 1 minute. I think the schools may have missed the entire point here. Here's the point to it. This is how I see it anyway. We stop together. We remember together. We mourn together. We respect together. We ponder the loss. We ponder the sacrifice. But we do it all together at the same time. It is not bloody hard.